Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Music Marketing TV. I'm Dan D, and thanks for tuning in to Making Beats. Today we're gonna go nice and slow, smooth and sexy. We're gonna make some R&B, R&B soul music, something slower than usual. Just cause I finished installing some of the new, well, pretty much Pianoteq 4, and as well as a whole bunch of instruments and stuff like that. Before I showed you guys the grand pianos, electric pianos, chromatic percussion, pretty much the rock add-ons from Pianoteq. But this one is Pianoteq 4, so there's a whole bunch of new pianos in here, and the D4 is really sick. There's a lot of presets on here, getting some cool sounds and tones from the piano. And of course I just installed or put in the steel pans. So this is going to be pretty interesting. We're going to try and utilize some of the new stuff here. So the steel pans, of course the new Roadie R2, and you can see how many presets there are on this thing. Jesus Christ. And remember, this is all this is not sample based, this is all modeling. Alright, so let's get on with it. You know how it works. I show you guys a whole bunch of tips, tricks, and how to construct a song pretty much in making beats. So we're going to start off with elements, and of course we pretty much make a whole bunch of patterns to create our song. So right now I have about 2 patterns, 1 and 10, but pretty much I have here on my first little pattern here with everything on it. I got my kick, nothing special. That's what it looks like on there. Let me just shorten that so you can see what's happening. And I'm doing this in 3/4 time, 6/8 time, because that's where the soul is, right? And there's about 2 ways to do that. Actually, you don't have to keep it on the 4/4 time signature. You can go to there's a way to change it. You can go to your options. You can go to project settings. So you would have to click one of those things. You can go here, project info, project settings, and you can change the time division. So you can go 3/4 time, like that, right? 3 bars, 3 beats per bar. You can do 8 and 6. You can see how everything changes. But I'm gonna keep it 4/4 time because that's the way that I learned it and how I like it. Not much adjusting, because with 3/4 time you actually have to, let me show you here. Let's just pay attention to the lead here, because this is the one that has all the buttons still, right? So let's take a look at that. So if I go to 3 bars, 3 beats per bar, you notice that it shrunk down 1 2 3 4 5 6, 1 2 3 4 5 6, and so on. But you can see that it doesn't end with the red steps, so you would have to actually come down here and lower it, kind of like that, so it equals the same amount back and forth. So I'd rather not mess around with that, because I find it faster just to do this, go into the piano roll and select 1/3 of a step. That way everything's broken down correctly already. So there's 2 ways. Choose your way. If you like the 3/4 thing, go ahead and do it that way, but this is how I'm gonna do it in this video, right? Remember, FL, there's no real way, there are no rules on how to actually start your song or build your music. Alright, so there's my kick again. Really simple. Oops, I'm recording something. Automation and score, but that's fine. Boom boom. Nothing really crazy about this kick. A little bit of EQ and stuff like that, but we'll get into the mixing in video number 2, part 2. The next thing here, we have a snare. I got the addictive drums here with my Ludwig. I don't even know which drum that is. Can't read it. It's too small right now. But I got that drum on there, and together with the kick, right? More addictive drums. I got the hi-hat on here, and I have some ghost snares. Sorry, this is the ghost snare. A little bit of a Bernard Purdy bounce to it. The Purdy bounce, birdie shuffle. Did I just say birdie? I meant Bernard Purdy. And here are the hi-hats and cymbals. Really love his shuffle, the Bernard shuffle, the Purdy shuffle. Alright, so we got that for our drums. going into Pianoteq now. I'm using the D4 cinematic, and I don't think the only thing I changed on here was the effects. I just moved the reverb up a bit, and I'm basically in a cathedral. And this is what this sounds like here. So just a basic, I guess, arpeggiated melody to fill my song at a certain point of time. You can see that's really floaty. A lot of the harmonies in there. Okay, we move on to the next element here. I got Pianoteq 4 tank drum, Dreamy, number 2. I believe the only thing I touched in this was the reverb again. That's why it says it's modified. Otherwise, everything's straightforward. This is what that sounds like. More harmony backup. With a bit of a end melody there. But it's actually supposed to go together with the space drum here. Now this is another preset on here. So you got steel drum, space drum, hand pan. Hand pan is really cool. Kind of want a hand pan. But I got a tank drum also in there. So space drum, it goes together. I got the chords on here. Pretty much triads. Really cool stuff. It's really good. That reverb on here and the way that you use these sounds, the space drum, the hand pan, the tank drum, steel pan, really creates this atmosphere that's really cool. Brings you to a new place. Actually, I don't know. That's what happens when I listen to it. But that's pretty much for those instruments there. And we're now going into the Roadie number 2 R2 tremolo, I guess was what they call it. Roadie R2 tremo. And this is what I got. Just basic. I got a seventh here and triads, given that R&B feel. And with this one, I actually played it because I wanted to get the humanized feel with the velocity. So you can see that they're really different at the bottom here. It's fine. You can go ahead and like pretty much draw in. Whoa. Pretty much draw in your chords, but I mean you won't get the same, the same feel, right? So go ahead and if you can't play, at least record one at a time. Like record, hit your notes on one part, wait for the next one, hit it in. If you can't play properly or fluently rather, do what's best for you and just play one note or a few chords at a time, and just to get that harmonized or the humanized feel. Right, so you can see that I have that there. The ending is the tails of the chords are pretty much me letting go of my sustain pedal, and yeah, keeping it different here, kind of rolling it, right? So also helps to give that feel, that R&B feel. And I put my next pattern on number 10 because it's actually a total of 2. You can see here it's really long, and it's just a melody that changes octave, and this is what it sounds like. Oops. Now this is just an overdrive Roadie R2. It's the Blooming Grit modified. I modified it because, again, the reverb, I just really like the reverb, so I turned it up. So nothing really changed. Yeah, and that's pretty much default. If I just, all I did was go here into this category and switched on to the leads. Leads are pretty cool. And then the overdrive, and then the Blooming Grit came on, and I was like, wow, this is pretty sick. Adds a lot of attitude to my track. Adds a lot of personality to my track. Alright, so together we're going to try and create something that kind of goes along the lines of this. So I'm going to have my kick drum, snare, Roadie 2. Right, of course you can also have this in there. And maybe somewhere lingering just before a chorus I could have the piano in here. Or maybe even in a verse too. Perhaps in a pre-chorus or chorus, I can have it something like this. Right? So this is how I kind of looked at everything together. And then of course in the chorus, we're going to have it like this. Of course with the ghost notes actually adds more, fills it in more of course. Right, so that's pretty much it for that. Actually, before I leave you here, I'm going to show you a really quick tip to separate all of this. I'm going to just make sure everything's on. We want to take all of our patterns, or all of our, yeah, I guess it is a pattern in each channel here, and separate them into its own pattern. So I'm going to pretty much highlight everything. Actually, you don't even need to highlight everything. You stay on pattern 1, you right click number 1, split by channel, and boom, there we go. Now pattern 1 has my kicks only, 2 has the snares, and so forth, going all the way up. And on 9 is empty because on 10, oh well, there it is. I guess it moved it all the way up. So we're going to take that out, 17, and put it in the next available, which is 9. Bam. Alright, so that means on number 10 we can go ahead and create some last minute things that we need, or pretty much what I call post-production. In the next video, guys, I'm going to show you guys a little bit of construction. Alright, we're going to set this up so it sounds like a song, set up like a song. We can go ahead and write to it. And after that, we're going to go into mixing, which is a little bit more technical and pretty much more beneficial for you if you already know how to, you know, make a beat by putting a whole bunch of patterns together and whatnot. Alright, guys, I'm Dan D from Music Marketing TV. And I'll catch you guys in the next episode. Peace!